Hello, welcome back to From Soft Serve, where today we find ourselves in the Prepare to Die edition, again, of Dark Souls 1. I've returned from my move. Thank you everyone for the nice comments and well wishes and whatnot. Also, Happy New Year! I'm recording this on the 1st, January 1st, 2024. And also posting it on that day, obviously. I'm lucky to just be able to record them and then post them in the same day. Yeah, so I'm remastering the Prepare to Die edition. As you might know, if you don't know, yeah, I'm currently working on a mod that is basically replacing most all of the textures in the Prepare to Die edition. With upscaled variants, AI upscaled to a 2023 standard, I would say. So using the most recent AI upscaling, but faithfully, that's the key. Is I've done AI upscaling for long enough to know how far to take it, and usually I go just 2 times, like a 2x upscale. So commonly some of them will be 512 by 512 and you bring them to 1024 by 1024 and so on for 1K up to 2K. I don't 4K is generally not worth it. Not to mention the game doesn't handle 4K textures very well. It will sometimes just not load. And that's actually the same with Dark Souls Remastered in some cases. It will also not load. But so far in Orlando, as I got here pretty recently on this character, because I'm not using a debug mode or anything, I actually kind of like to play through it as I mod, right? I feel like I kind of go over it with a fine-tooth comb better if I'm actually playing through it. So what I've done so far is stripped out the baked lighting from this top area and the buildings here. Whereas before, this one was arbitrarily lit when it shouldn't have been, and this one was kind of correct, but now you'll see the shadows are much more correct, as before they were much more blurry, as obviously baking at a 2011 standard, but frankly it was probably below a 2011 standard, and so now you have shadows being cast directly from the actual balconies here. And this is actually similar to the baked lighting. They had a similar setup, but now they're just, I think, generally better looking overall. Sometimes the baked lighting, I'm not removing all baked lighting. That's actually the difference between this project and Dark Souls Remastered, my DSR mod. This is very specifically, I find Prepare to Die to be the holy grail version of Dark Souls 1. It is the authentic version, and so I'm hesitant to change too much, and so I'm not changing anything. I'm not changing lighting settings. I'm not changing fog settings, light scatter. I don't mess with those. I'm keeping those the same. The player lantern also is going to be stock. It's going to be the standard, but I am updating textures, and so you'll see this wall looks sharper. And I can actually go through my Twitter feed in between the memes, but that's where I've upscaled and I show more comparisons. I'm better at that because I kind of do it as I go, and it's also just a good way to compile it. These stairs here were originally, their texture was 256 by 256, and I pushed it up 4 times, and it does look better now. And also I was kind of messing around with the specular map. I did find some place where Dark Souls Remastered is objectively better on a technical level. There's a few reasons. It's using DirectX 11, whereas this is using DirectX 9. So it's kind of stuck on an older DirectX API. You can also see the shadow rendering. The resolution and the degradation of the shadow is worse in Prepare to Die than it is in Remastered. It's just a lower resolution. Reflections are lower resolution in Prepare to Die edition. But the biggest thing I've noticed is that a lot of surfaces in this game, a lot of textures for the surfaces, will either lack specular maps or they will completely lack normal maps as well. And they are literally just the standard albedo texture. And that is actually straight from like Demon Souls, because Demon Souls was from 2009, and it has the same setup where there are certain things that just completely lack a normal map. And thus far, I have not been able to add one. I've been able to generate a normal map and then put it in the Fiverr file, so that way the texture is, or the surface is supposed to use a normal map. And then I changed the material setting to one that is meant to use bump mapping, right, for like the normal map. And it still doesn't work. It looks really weird and like bluish, so I need to post on the server name Discord, I think, and see, like, I think I'm just missing something, because if I could actually add a normal map to things in this version of the game that didn't use them, that'd actually be pretty big. So I will look into that, but so far it's actually been pretty successful at just upscaling the textures and adding dynamic shadows. That's kind of the other big upgrade. So here is actually a good example of a really low resolution texture. You can see how absolute, like, let me get real close to it. And so that's kind of that's what you'll notice from my texture upscales, is I'm basically fixing all of that and the really low resolution. Down here you can see more dynamic shadows that look a lot better. They're a little hazy. One thing that Prepare to Die is better than Remastered is so basically normally I have big shadow more issues where you would see like constant shadows stair stepping like all over this geometry. And thankfully in Prepare to Die that's not as much a case for whatever reason. I don't know, it actually looks a lot cleaner. But then the actual shadows themselves, the dynamic ones, are lower resolution, and their filtering is a little goofy. But I will take the trade-off. Now, I have upscaled the mountain texture here, as it was horribly low resolution. Now, there's still some UV mapping issues, for sure. I will be looking into that. But generally, yeah, big upgrades. I don't think I've done this texture yet. I haven't done these yet, because I got to Anor Londo pretty recently. Obviously I was doing the whole move, and now that I'm situated, my computer is turned on, I can actually, I hope to, preferably now that I live here, I think I should be able to do almost daily updates or uploads. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's what I like about this project with Prepare to Die, is I'm basically remastering it in the way that I think a lot of people probably wanted it remastered, which is, in many cases, I'm basically swapping out the water to be more reflective in some areas where it makes sense, and then dynamic shadows being added, textures, better normal maps, and obviously a lot of it is done on the back end. The baseline is DS Fix, right, where it allows the 60 FPS, it allows the 16 times anisotropic filtering, the depth of field scaling. So that is all obviously what people can do on their own. Mine is the texture updates, the normal maps, and up to a 2023 AI upscaling standard, right? And the normal maps are done with Crazy Bump, which is a ridiculous abandonware program, which is just so good at what it does. It's unbelievable. It's so much better than the other programs I've used. But yeah, so that's what I like about this project, is that I have a set amount of things that I'm doing, and you might be able to hear my cat meow. Maybe not. But I have a set amount of things to do, and that way, like, I could finish this project, because it's not sort of expanding. Like, the Dark Souls remastered is sort of like, there's a lot more complexity to that, where this, I have a set amount of things to do, and I can knock those out. And I'm also just loving my time with Prepare to Die. Like, it's such a good version of the game. Like, it looks so good, and I'm learning a lot from it. I really am learning a lot, where I'm like, I need to go back to my Dark Souls remastered mod and really, I think, redo some things, because, which I know people who want that mod to be finished will hate that, but genuinely, it, like, the Prepare to Die edition is just, oh, it's so good. Let's go back to Sen's Fortress for a second and show some of that. Not sure what that weird outline is, that white outline. Yeah, that's really weird. It's also nice to have the cutscenes actually work correctly, since I'm not messing with map pieces and all that. Or at least not for the most part. Also, the cutscenes are kind of like 30 FPS, so that's a little strange. The other thing I am doing that actually has helped me a lot is I am still running the game with DXVK, the Vulkan translation layer, basically. Oh wait, is there different lighting if I'm on a different collision? Oh, it's the auto exposure kind of thing. Oh, okay. That's your classic. That's your classic 360 era sort of HDR. But I mean, just look at this. This is actually absolutely fucking gorgeous. I love this version of the game. It's absolutely the definitive version. But yeah, I'm still running the game on Vulkan, and I have noticed it is silky smooth. Yeah, Blighttown was sort of the thing I was worried about. Didn't have a problem. Blighttown was great. And so I honestly highly recommend, I'll have it in the description, because all you do is drop d3d9.dll from the DXVK download. You just drop that in your Prepare to Die folder and you're good to go. And it then works. I would back up your old d3d9 though. But yeah, so here in Sen's Fortress, all I had to do was, basically it's the textures, and you'll see better surface detail on like this floor texture here, ground texture. I haven't upscaled the leaves yet. I probably should look at those. But now the whole area has dynamic shadows, and I pushed out the shadow render distance massively. And it honestly looks really good. It's actually a pretty stable shadow like solution that they have here. A little surprised by it. Yeah, but you can see once again more surface detail. I love the depth of field in the Prepare to Die edition. Like, I'm learning a lot from that. That it seems like Remastered toned that down for whatever reason. I don't know if it was on accident or what, but it definitely seems like it. Let's go up top for a second. But yeah, it's been so freeing to not have to like modify a ton of things, because unfortunately Remastered, their parameters are slightly different. And I think that's because the move to a DX9 render messed with some of... Oh, look at that red spot. Is that blood? I'm assuming that's blood or something. Or ketchup? You think they were having fries and ketchup or something? But yeah, so I've upscaled most of the textures in Sen's Fortress. I modified the collisions as well. I will say there's something in Sen's Fortress about the frame times are not great sometimes with the XVK, where you'll notice it doesn't seem smooth, even though it is like 60 FPS. It's having the frames are not being delivered in an even fashion, right? And so that might just be an issue with it translating the DX9 calls. But overall, I found it to be pretty great. So I have fixed the collisions here. So this originally, when you stepped into this, it would actually completely change the shadow, like X and Y coordinates. And it would sort of, I think it was more so my error, if I remember correctly, but it would use different shadow IDs. That was kind of the main thing, and I forgot to edit the other shadow ID. But basically what I did is I unified the whole map to use one shadow ID, and so it's a consistent, coherent shadow, or shadows that are being cast. And so now you get kind of this beautiful light that comes in dynamic shadow cast. Although, actually, is that not a very accurate shadow from that balcony? That's weird. Yeah, why is it not... Also, oh shit, I haven't upscaled that balcony yet. Oof. Look at that texture. Okay, so I got to do that balcony. So I'm kind of doing my first pass of each area. And so it's not going to be perfect. Oh, these jabronis are the worst. But I have my handy dandy whoop target shield. Oh, those red eyes are so menacing. Okay, I fucking failed. I failed. Oh, he leashes. He fucking leashes. Okay, bitch ass, that was rude. Yeah, but give me your armor. Damn, okay, I only have the Balder gauntlets, I think, so far. But yeah, I pushed out the shadow render distance. Oh, let me make this jump, by the way. Hey, don't throw your ball on me. I wanted to get that item. Oh, sniper crossbow. I don't think I've been down here yet, actually. Let's adventure a little bit. Yeah, these textures look fucking great. Unless I run into one I haven't upscaled. But like, yeah, look at the normal map that's on this. Oh my god, look at that rock detail. Yeah, fucking bitch ass. I'm gonna parry your bitch ass. Just you wait. Wow, the balls on this guy to heal right in front of me. Oh wow, did they? I guess they didn't have much of a player lantern down here. There's a little bit of one, but not much. Oh, that's a parry. That's a parry. Okay, that was not a parry. There's nothing more disrespectful than getting hit with their fucking shield. Like that's yes. Suck on that, jabroni. Dude, please drop your armor. Do I have to farm you guys? Because I'll do it. I want that goddamn armor. You're guarding a chest, right? I did upscale the chest as well. I feel like this chest probably has the wrong lighting setup. Because it's not matching the environment here. I have noticed that. So basically that's the other part of my Prepare to Die Edition mod. Is I'm going through, and now that the Blender Soulstruct has been updated for Prepare to Die Edition, I can actually fix meshes and mesh holes, which is important because there's a ton of them, mostly in Undead Burg, but they're in most places. So I can fix those, and there's also just rendering issues. Like Blighttown had a massive fucking hole in it. It was huge. Oh shit, let's go up here. He's gonna throw his ball on us. That sounds bad, but he's gonna throw his fucking ball on us. Yeah, no, Blighttown had a huge fucking error. It was also in Dark Souls Remastered, where if you look to the left when you're in, like you're heading into Quelaag's domain, if you turn left, or you look to the right when you're looking at Quelaag's domain, or if you're looking to the left, if you're looking out from her domain, you know what I mean. You're picking up what I'm putting down, I'm sure. You'll see just a giant hole, and it's not a rendering issue. It's actually like, it's not a draw group issue, which is what it normally is. This is actually just them forgetting to put something there to block that, and like everything is being rendered. It's just they just didn't put anything there. You can see like straight to the sky. It's pretty hilarious. So I fixed that. It's actually a really easy fix where and I think that's what people have to remember about Dark Souls 1 is that Miyazaki has like apologized, and that he's like, it's just an unfinished game. Like they had to rush so bad to finish it. Oh, let me go down here. I haven't been down here. Oh, also check this out. Yeah, this ladder is currently not shadow casting, and it might even have baked shadows on it, because you can see it doesn't really, it's supposed to be lit. So yeah, that I'll fix. I'm gonna go fuck up Ricard here real quick, and then I'll end the video, because this is just kind of a quick look at Sen's Fortress. And hey, can you drop me your armor, dog? Oh, clutch. Oh fuck. Oh my god, dude, this game looks so fucking good. Like, the material handling in Prepare to Die Edition, oh, it's so good. And the lighting and the dynamic shadow, like, I'm constantly in love with this game. And obviously, like, remastered, you know, I love that too, but this is just ungodly beautiful. Like, I feel like that's why I loved it. Oh, that's a Perry. That's a Perry Sanders. That is a Katy Perry right there. Okay. Well, no. Bitch ass. I've killed you in every goddamn From Software game. Give me your fucking... Oh, man. I gotta get me that Elite Knight armor. Let's go up here. Let's see. What do we hang? Oh, yeah. I missed the jump, right? I need to go make that jump. Nice. Oh, yeah. Like, the interiors look pretty good, too. Oh, Divine Blessing. Sure, sure. Love it. Like, the textures just really needed a little bit of TLC, right? And it's kind of nice to use the prepare to die ones because it's actually just easier. There's less steps involved, and I don't need to yabber things like 3 times or whatever. So it's a joy to work with. And oh man, yeah, look at that surface detail on the stone texture over there on the right. Oh my gosh, like. Also, I am planning on uploading this to Nexus soon. Definitely within this month for sure. That way people can get their hands on this. I do understand that, like, the Prepare to Die edition is not, like, terribly available to a lot of people. But once again, I tell people, DM me on Discord. I'll help you out. What in the whole... Oh, I do remember that with Prepare to Die with DS Fix, yeah, your jumps are not as good at 60 FPS. So it's still possible. It's just, ooh, actually, hold on. Wait, I didn't go down here. Or no, oh yeah, this is where the bonfire is. I knew that. We're just kind of hanging out. We're jamming right now. We're jamming because I love this fucking game. It's still my favorite of all time. The more I play it, the more I love it. Specifically, the first half is amazing, so I'm excited to be in Anor Londo. Alright, I need a super jump. Fucking hell, man. I don't know. Okay, one more try. One more try. And then I'll end the video. I might need to go, like, to 30 FPS. And then make the jump. Oh, Yeet Street. Alright. The streets are talking. Okay, the streets are talking and they're saying I can do this. They're saying I can do this at 60 FPS. That's what I've heard. And I believe the streets, you know, if you know anything about me. I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of my word. Let's see where the collision is. Oh, okay, maybe not. Fuck that. Oh, good, I died. Okay, that's the perfect way to end the video. I love that. And my shadow, I think, is burned into the ground. Is that what that is? But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this really long-ass goddamn video. I'm going to test the upload speeds at the new area that I'm in, so we'll see how bad that is. Maybe it'll come out 6 years from now. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and look forward to more updates, potentially, more often. And I'm excited about that. So I'll see you on the next one.